You know, I have one question for these people who defend Lucifer and all of these villains this arc with these totally legitimate excuses that don't get immediately debunked once you think about it for more than 2 seconds. And that is, do you people think Black Clover is a monster of a week type of series? Because, I mean, that it's clearly not. And yet, everyone acts like it is for some strange reason. Like, this is clearly supposed to not be a Monster of the Week type of scenario. I mean, just look at other Monsters of the Week series, like JoJo Part 3. That clearly isn't what's going on here, so why are people acting like it is? I mean, you can say that it is, but it clearly isn't from what we've seen in this arc. I mean, you yourself talk about it like it's not. Yeah, you act like it is. But yeah. Anyways, greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of Manga Hell. And today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of Black Clover, chapter 329, titled "The Devil King and the Magicless Boy." Boys, not boy, but whatever. So yeah, this is from what we've seen, the final chapter of this battle against Lucifero, which honestly, Lucifero just disgraced all of us demon lords. Like, is there any demon lord that isn't disgraced by Lucifer right now? Because trust me, I'm extremely disgraced, and I'm a billion times above Lucifer. I mean, I'm literally his fucking god right now. But yeah. Anyways, let's get into this chapter already. So, anyways, we have the narrator starting with, as Lucifer lies on the ground, what does he think of? I don't know. Now his dialogue has been so complicated and so versatile and so unrelated to one another that he probably could think of anything. It can be what color dogs are to what is the best type of booze. I'm sure that it's gonna be something very different and very interesting. Now let's read as we get closer of his eyes. As we am saying, impossible. This can't be happening. As we see his kind of body, I'm guessing he's looking at it. As he's like saying, I am the greatest devil, Lucifero! Dude, for that statement alone, your punishment here is gonna be 10,000 times worse than you were even thinking about doing to us, yeah, to the Magic Knights. The apex of all devils with the most powerful magic. I'm pretty sure you did worse than Dante of all people when it comes to using magic. No one could ever harm me. Yeah, I seriously doubt that. Otherwise, you would already be in this world. And then we have Lucifer saying, and yet these brats, no magic at all. I mean, to be fair, you were harmed by Yami and me before, so I don't really see why you're so shocked. Hell, you yourself admitted that humans have a potential to kill you, so I have no idea why you're so pissed off. I mean, you also stated that they are the ones that have the best chance against you, but also the easiest to kill. So again, I'm not exactly sure what you're thinking of here. But yeah, anyways, then we have a shot, pretty standard good shot with Asta and Libe looking down at him. And then we have Lucifero going back to his tantrum form, as like, there's no way I could ever lose! Question, you are part of a trio of rulers. So clearly you shouldn't be that above everyone else, so why are you acting like you are? But anyways, then we have Lucifer using his gravity magic to push Asta and leave it to the ground. Um, One question. Why are they still alive? I mean, Asta is exhausted and now they are completely out of it. So shouldn't they be, fucking dead? And I'm assuming that he's not even doing it like just, for show off, like, when he did it when he first entered, to like, your heads are too high. But why is he holding back, I'm guessing now? Anyways, they have asked to think to themselves, after all of that, he still isn't down? I mean, to be fair, he's very close to it. After all, apparently he's not using this 50% devil magic enough to kill you two. I mean, remember how a bit earlier in the start of this arc, Asta, who was, more or less fresh, was being overwhelmed by Dante using his gravity magic? And now he's like, even albeit wounded. Now you might say it's because of the power-ups, but I think Asta is beaten up enough to a point he's comparable to that form. So yeah, anyways, there we have Liber say, I can't coat our bodies with enough anti-magic to negate this gravity anymore. So yeah, I guess it was just amount of coding, but still it's kind of weird. Anyways, there we have Lucifero in this very pathetic state as you see his cut off horns, his weirdly spot electrocuted hair, and his remaining torso in pieces, saying, how dare you look down on me for even a moment? Wait, that why you were pissed? Not because you're fucking cut in pieces? As they have Lucifero saying, half my strength still lies in the underworld. I'm not at my full strength yet. Otherwise, you bastards wouldn't have pushed me this far. You couldn't have. Did Lucifero by a second get taken over by a Black Clover stand? Because this seems like what the Black Clover stands usually use to justify Tabata's terrible writing. Or at the very least when Tabata does a giant mistake, if you don't want to call it terrible writing. Anyways, then we get a shot of Adramelech being on one of those stones, and while he's looking down on it, I guess he still has to face his game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyways, then we have Lucifer screaming as Libre goes into his chibi form, as like, you can't do anything now! Fall! Be crushed! In the end, it's your loss! You pieces of filth! I would say Zagre's final no words in the mice, even though they were just saying the same thing, were far more intimidating, purely because he's the word devil and he's just saying all the ways he would kill how he wants them to die. Well, you weak, you piece of filth. Anyways, there we see the Black Moon, which I guess, my god, this black magic really is OP against gravity, considering the fact even the smallest fucking can thing can smallest thing can just absorb every gravity form of magic. Like seriously, has there ever been like an overwhelming amount of gravity magic to the point he can't absorb the moon? Maybe 100%, but I mean, how? Who knows if we're gonna see that? So yeah, anyways, then we see from the shadows Noct and Yami emerging. I guess being punched in the chest didn't was as much damage as we all thought it would be. But yeah. So then we see uh Lucifer saying, you damn bastards, as he's looking down at them, as then we see us Noct and Yami with the hands still with Lucifer's hands still in their chest area? Was that somewhere between their stomach and chest last time? But anyways, it's in their chest area as they're saying, here now, we'll surpass our limits. I don't think it's limits anymore, but just breaking the natural order of things. Seriously, I'm pretty sure having a hole right not that far away from your heart actually is one of the more fatal wounds. I mean, isn't that usually when people get the biggest amount of damage when they have like a chest wound or something? Like, why the fuck are they standing there? Or bloodlust? Like, shouldn't you guys all be falling from bloodlust? So, anyways, then we have Lucifer screaming again, like, struggle in vain. If you like, you still can't attack me. That brat can't even stand up. Which is logical. I mean, after all, Asta wasn't fully healed. I mean, let's be face it here. Asta was beaten to shit in the last couple of chapters. Mimosa didn't even when he got that epic shot of him standing up and saying, "Even if I can barely stand, I will still go." Mimosa couldn't heal him at all, or did very minimal healing. Then he went into his devil units, which, as we all know, damages his body even more. And he got a few good. He even I don't think he got that many good hits, but even in combined, I don't think it would help. If anything, it would just make the combination, the aftermath, even worse. But yeah, anyways, then we see a, bl- I think it's a demon destroyer or demon slasher. I think it's a demon destroyer sword. Come out as Lucifer looks at shocked as we see Asta for some flipping reason standing up, even though it makes absolutely no sense. As then we see Lucifer like, what? What the hell is this? Plot armor, Lucifer, plot armor. As then we have Asta is panting and bleeding from his mouth at the very least, as Lucifer is like, you bastard. As then we see Asta glaring at him as he raises his sword, as Lucifer gets a bit scared. As then we see Yami starting to laugh like, coo coo coo. As I'm saying, hey, Mr. Oh My Devil King, don't insult me. Me, as then he's like, "Are you scared of our brat?" As Lucifer starts to be shaken, and then he starts to fly away. As he's like, just a hat, which kind of makes him look like he's just a hat. He's like, "Ugh." And he's like, the next time we meet, I'll definitely kill you all with my full strength. Wow, he's this pathetic now. As then we see a, a star? Two stars appearing as Lucifer's like, next time I'll definitely. As then we see the star and the other star, we have Arthur showing up as he's there, as he's like, well, there's some weird hand coming from him. I guess that's the shadows to move him. I guess the reason is Knuckles using his shadow powers to move him around. I guess that's at least a little bit better. As then he gets his sword up from the star, as Lucifer is a bit shocked as he sees as there's like a star also behind him. So if he tries to get even a bit farther, the Asta will cut him. As then we get a close up as we see Yuno on the floor, as Yuno's like, it was marking cover like, next time there's not gonna be an B1, isn't that right? So yeah, we'll get into this in the end. So Yuno's also still able to be conscious. That's weird. Like, why is he conscious? I mean, wasn't he passed out a minute ago? At least Yami and Nok was still conscious when they got punched through the chest. You don't look like he fell on the ground unconscious. But yeah, anyways, then we have you were saying Asta during his sentence, as we have a close of Asta as Lucifer looks up, as we get another one of Lucifer's horns being cut, as the soldier slams into Lucifer as he's screaming in pain, as then he's sent to the floor on the ground from the attack, and that little like rock or something is getting like also destroyed. And yeah, there we see Smog, we see Nacht and Yami looking like haven't slept in a while. That could just be exhaustion. We see Patry, after being useless for so long, swing a bit, as we also see Willem with him passed out. I guess Tubato decided to at least have Willem here because of how much he forgot about Lucifer, Willem for the most of the arc. As then we see Vanessa and Gray being shocked. As then we see a bunch of clapping, like clap, 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 as we see a drummer like finally winning his game of Yu-Gi-Oh! As he's like, good job, you guys, win! As we see Lucifero's dead body on the floor, as we see a shot of Libre on top of on Asta's shoulder, panting a bit, as the name says, a total victory. End of chapter. So yeah, Lucifer is that. Or it seems to be implied this is that. Like, the next chapter is probably just gonna be Lucifer starting to disintegrate, I'm assuming. I mean, let's be real here. It's not like Tobata exactly demonstrates disintegration, like, immediately the same chapter. Like, against Xenon, it was at the end of the battle, like, in the next chapter when they had. Like, I think it was after the whole you and me, where do we differ, that he actually started showing Xenon disintegrating. And against Norman Lilith, I also think he just started the next chapter after they were cut in half with them disintegrating. So I'm assuming everyone who's saying, why isn't he disintegrating? Wait for the next chapter, I'm guessing, to see it. I mean, you give people a scream about being patient always, so I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen. So, yeah. So, let's talk about Lucifero's status. Now, some people are saying that Lucifero, isn't that, and that purely I think comes from the way Tabata has kind of lacklusterly explained this. Because once you actually think about it, I don't think we ever got like a straight up explanation on the manifestations. Like, he explained that he used all the bodies to make himself a body, but he never explained how his soul or whatever makes a devil alive works. Like, did Lucifero himself, like, mind, soul, everything transport his body into a different body, so his body in the underworld disintegrated was just a hollow husk, is unclear. Clear for now, and with this unclarity, we have no idea. No, some people say that Lucifer will come back and be at 100% all that, which, alright, people, the whole 100% is clear bullshit. Like, have you been reading this arc? Like, every time you think this character is so powerful, so fucking amazing, and all that, heroes got some of the most broken ass power ups and became greater. Like, how do you people know that Tabata isn't just gonna pull the same shit he pulled this arc with just giving a character to a new form, a new power up, and being able to fight Lucifer better? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Lucifer even if Lucifer is alive in 100%, next time it'll be like all the captains got such power ups they're able to put up a fight against him and kill him or something. I would not be shocked. So I wouldn't really put the 100% thing anything. Hell, look at the Dark Triad. Their attempt was to get 100% forms, and yet those 100% forms went to completely nowhere. The only one who actually did anything with the 100% form at all was Vonica, who almost killed Charlotte. But even that was defeated that in less than in half a minute by Noel. Needless to say, I wouldn't put my trust in 100% form Lucifer to be anything more. Needless to say, the trend is disproving it. But yeah, anyways, this chapter is also a very controversial chapter. In my opinion, I really hate it, or dislike this chapter to be more accurate. Because for me, the main reason is one, I feel like with the exception of the final blow and this final few reactions, it really isn't necessary. Like, nothing in this chapter itself sounds like it's needed. Like, I mean, just I don't know, just take how many pages? Yeah, only the last 3 pages. You take the final last page where we have like you change it so we fit more with how the last chapter ended with like Asta and maybe Asta and Liebe like hold both two swords, like Asta holds Yami's sword and Liebe holds the Demon Destroyer sword, and then just like say that, and then just go for the stab, and they kill Lucifer that way. I could see something like that happening, could have happened, and it would be just as well. In fact, looking at the panel, it might seem to have been kind of similar, so except that Yami and Nak wouldn't be there. The reactions could have still been the same. Like, we don't even have like a more widespread reaction shot. Like, we justifying it. We literally just have, well, we only have if 7 characters reacting. That's it. Like, we don't even have like Zora, Sakurai reacts, Seke and Mimosa. Just 4 fucking characters. I'm not even sure if four of these characters were even close enough. Are we sure these 4 were the closest? Because I'm pretty sure that Zora, Sakurai were closer. Unless if they bailed and went to help the captains or something. But yeah, this chapter, the ending, I really don't feel like it's justified. Now, what's gonna happen next? I don't know. Maybe a drummer is gonna go be the next big guy and fight, but I would like to remind everyone before they say, oh, everyone's exhausted. Captains have been out of this for a while. Miliona has been out of this for a while. So I could, and a bunch of healers, almost every healer except Gray, have just kind of disappeared. So I wouldn't be surprised if even if a Dromlek stands up and tries to wreck shit, I could easily see like and next chapter ending with the captains and Noel. Like a bunch of captains have disappeared essentially. Like let's not pretend we know where Noel, Gaja, Lope Chica, and the captains are. Like the captains got knocked out, but they could easily have recovered. I mean, look at this final few moments with Asta. It's clear that we can have the other captains raising up by having someone heal that. I could easily see. Wait, isn't it stated that people can give their magic to someone else? Maybe I'm confusing myself, but I'm pretty sure you could have like Magna, Locke, or someone like that giving Mimosa and Charmy their mana, so Charmy can make move their foot to recover everyone's mana, and Mimosa could heal everyone. That way, everyone will be able to stand up and go up against your Drumlek if he's gonna have a battle as well. So, needless to say, I'm not putting my stocks into a Drumlek here. I'm not putting my stocks on a Drumlek here right now. As for the villain, which is another thing people are complaining about, I'm honestly planning on making an entire video on this point. Like, it's my job as the ruler of hell to make a video, and I'll probably make a video. Maybe I'll wait until after next week. So yeah, there's no break next week, so maybe I'll wait to see at least where it goes. But I can guarantee you, at some point there will be a video about discussing how bad or how Tabata doesn't know how to write villains. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys like this reaction. I hope you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. Don't forget to tell me in the comments below what did you think of this chapter, especially what do you think about Black Clover villains for that to get more analysis for the next video. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.